I'm honored to invite you to the annual Congress of the European Public Relations, Education and Research Association, Let's Talk Society. We're holding it here at the Apple at the Hanze University of Applied Sciences in Groningen, the Netherlands.
You are the lucky ones.
Good afternoon and welcome. And thank you so much for accepting the invitation to this meeting of minds about the role of communication in societal transition.
Euprera's work has truly lifted our own efforts to the next level.
The right pronunciation of Groningen.
So please don't be shy and let's talk society.
We do not live in an era of change, but in a change of eras. Many people don't like chaos because they have the feeling that they are losing the grip, and that's exactly what's going on.
Responsible transition is by definition evolution, not revolution.
Let's say communicated in top-down manner, technocratic, rational.
We believe that public affairs and government relations should be an integral part of the communication strategy.
Global divide between the haves and the have-nots.
I don't know who the communication professional is. She, he does not exist really.
Communication professionals deeply failed in conveying the essence of the energy transition.
I'd like you to close your eyes for just a moment. I know you all deal with many students and many professionals in the field. But I'd like you to imagine the ones that really stand out as doing the very best work. Those who stand out in your mind as really being the most, now you've heard it today, excellent professionals. Well, what do they do differently than those who do their job just very well? Now hold that in your thoughts for a moment and open your eyes.
We could offer the professionals in the field much more equipment and more tools to PR. The competencies are underlined more than the skills that most often are technicals or than the personal attributes.
I'm going to tell a little bit about the first results of a study we've done to stakeholder management for startup businesses. We are going to change the world, and the government is trying to hold us back or to slow down our evolution or revolution.
Public communication programs all around the world is that there is a kind of cognitive deficit model that people, if we have to make public communication programs because we have to inform, because we have to educate people.
Are we ready?
That summarizes how visual communication is organized in research, how it's organized in communication science.
We have these and these and these books. Well, it's a total different mindset, it's a total different perspective on communication. And getting these insights from the colleagues help you to understand why sometimes students react in a certain way. Students who are not from your own country. We learn so many new ways to teach.
We've had experience with people who said, if I get these kind of grades from the Netherlands and I go back home, I'm going to lose my scholarship.
Share your talent, move the world. It's our payoff. It's what we are telling everybody, our students, our environment. This is what we want to do. This is what we like our students to be involved in. So we are creating an environment that's not so much a teaching environment. It's an environment that is more a learning environment. So the students learn, but also the teachers learn.
I often compare teaching to climbing, and the reason why I do this is that teachers and students are always connected. Teachers and students are always these partners on a common journey, because I don't know it either. And these are very big challenges, and they need rigorous thinking, and they need risk-taking, they need failure, and guts and stuff. So we need each other to ensure we have a safety net. So we need to trust each other's attentions.
Our technical students are weird people in a way. They're not normal. They are highly educated, which is already putting them in a corner, and then they like technology. So that's a very small percentage of the population. Look, there is a lot of changes going on, technological changes, and indeed, if you let us go about it, we will change everything. That's what we like.
Right. We learn a lot from teachers, but also from students in an international environments.
These excellent professionals had a honed ability to listen and to deeply understand the perspectives and the cultures in which they operate. One of the respondents said they had some kind of extra sensors, that they just kind of felt things that others didn't feel, and that's made them stand out. Of course, expressiveness is part of all of the competences of every communications program, I would hope.
Welcome to this session. Most of you will have heard of the European Communication Monitor, which is a project by Euprera and by a lot of members. What we would like to do now is give a bit on a macro level, an overview, what, as I said here, what we have learned in now a decade of this research, with more than 22,000 respondents all over. February or March of next year will be a book which we call Communication Excellence. And what we did here is really use the data from 10 years and try to give the macro picture. So what really have we learned? And we used it more to approach practitioners. So also really to have some insights what the profession can learn. I think this is what Euprera is about.
Latin American Communication Monitor is conducted in a strategic partnership with DIRCOM, that is the Communication Director Associations in Spain, in cooperation with the main national professional associations in Latin America.
Public relations is helping to upgrade communication competencies not only of top management but of other employees.
Talk about competences, then you think that the communication professional of today really needs to be media savvy, to call it a bit like that.
We're interested in is the next generation of communicators, and of course we're interested in what the skills are and the competencies and the knowledge requirements of those individuals and how that affects the programs, the teaching programs that we individually and collectively develop.
This exactly was what we had in mind when we started the European Public Relations Education and Research Associations years ago. And we wanted to have a platform for transnational, international, European research in our field.